got into yoga around 2011 when I was coming out of dealing with a nervous breakdown from 2009, dealing with the death of my grandmother and the death of my brother. I took a year to just be in therapy and treatment, dealing with some of my feelings and emotions and traumas. And then 2011 is when I got introduced to dance when I decided to go to Rockport for exercise physiology at the time. I did not know I wanted to be an instructor until I was actually asked to be an instructor. Is when I finally like considered, oh, I can do this. I love this. I can see my life being about this. So that would be in 2018 when I was coming out of my teacher's training, my 200-hour teacher's training through Yoga for Goodhood. Um, Showing up from people, being open, holding people. Sometimes people would say they feel held in the class, comforted in the class. They find a sense of freedom and space to be themselves in the class. I think I just all together it's just very um, beautiful to me. Just being able to show up and be present for other people and to be of service for other people. So all in all, just one person showing up is more than enough gratification for me. So I would say my life mission is evolving, it's changing year to year based off of um, my circumstances and where I wanna be within the yoga world, where I wanna be within helping and giving back to others. So I would say right now my mission is to continue to be of service to people, of all humans, but I'm starting to focus in more on our youth. I started this group called Peaceful Youth Leaders, and that has gotten a lot of my attention. Kind of getting mindfulness, body awareness, and meditation into the schools. So it's gonna probably keep evolving. My favorite thing about teaching is the idea of just showing up, being putting my things to the side, because as humans we all have things that we show up with, like life things, stressful things, people things, and being able to put those things all to the side at the door to just be of service, be present, and be there to support the individuals who come to my class. Even with the youth leaders that I'm working with, even though teenagers and kids can have their own thing that they're doing, their own mindset, you kind of got to meet people where they're at on the mat. So I kind of teach to meeting yourself on the mat, not yourself yesterday or yourself possibly tomorrow, but yourself today. I've been practicing a lot longer than I've been teaching. So I've been practicing since 2011, teaching wholeheartedly, I would say since 2018. So I feel like the yoga world is super oversaturated with people teaching and wanting to be there for others, but in a conditional way. Some people want to be there for others because it's about making money for them. I feel like yoga is all about giving people access to healing, access to showing up for yourself, access to simply just being you on your mat. And it doesn't have to be tied to a certain amount all the time. So I get that we need to make money as this is our field. We're yoga instructors. We went to school. We have the knowledge for this. But at the same time, people who lack access and may not have the funds to show up and be a part of that community should also be able to come. So opening up scholarships and accessibility. So maybe donation based so people everybody could have a chance to be a part of the yoga world. My most craziest story, I think, is just going through my yoga teacher's training, not necessarily being a teacher, just in my training, the idea that you show up and you're like deciding to do this thing with all these different individuals that you absolutely don't know. And I left my training with yoga for a good hood, not just having just people that I know, hey, it was nice to meet you, that was nice, but having an actual family, feeling super connected and feeling that I could reach out to any one of those individuals at any time that I needed something. It felt like a sense of community. I like to say that going into my teacher's training, I felt like I was like a blue fish in a swarm of orange fish in the world. And when I got to Yoga for a Good Hood and went through that training, I was like, oh my God, here's the other blue fish. These are my people. So it was it was life changing. So I never experienced anything like that, except going through that Yoga for a Good Hood teacher's training. I was just like, where has this been all my life? Like, why would I think that I could do anything else? I don't like to dress up. I don't like to wear jeans. I'm gonna always have on leggings, shorts, something stretchy, something comfortable. And I thought that when I was going back to school for my bachelor's that I wanted to do more work with dance, but as it evolved and circumstances changed for me, I recognized that those circumstances changed, doors closed for other doors to open. And so a no means no for that thing right now, but maybe it's because you're supposed to be doing something else. So where I thought I had my hopes, dreams, and aspirations on teaching dance because my kids were in dance and I love dance, and dance gave me a sense of freedom. And though I still love it and it gives me those same vibes, I know that yoga is home, and I feel confident, and it's easy. There isn't a sense of thinking about what I need to do. It's just more or less me just showing up, being myself. So I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I think the gifts of being trauma informed, which a lot of people I'm noticing are getting trauma informed, but really connecting it to my own traumas, being able to hold people when they come into your class, seeing people is super important because sometimes we come into yoga classes and the teacher is maybe up front or talking to the people that the teacher may know. It's super important to see everybody that comes into your class, and if you miss one person, maybe they came in late, maybe seeing them at the end of class. So I just find that I bring that authentic, and a lot of people do, that authentic vibe of just being me, my quirky self, and the idea that I've dealt with so many traumas that I kind of want my class to know that it's okay to experience and feel these things. That doesn't mean that you can't have space to just put those things down and take care of you. The importance of self care, even though we deal with these traumas and even though they may never go away, is the idea of learning how to cope every day with them. So I would like to see a future of access, and I say that because I didn't notice before that there was the idea of access for all people. It's always seemed to me that we were all individuals doing our own thing, dealing with our own circumstances, our own finances, just showing up in the world to work together, to potentially go home to our own situations. I didn't know that people actually cared about other people circumstances, wanted to help, wanted to provide access, wanted to provide the sense of freedom for you. It always seemed like you had to pay for everything just to be a part of anything. You got to pay for school, you got to pay for yoga, you got to pay for dance, you got to pay to eat, you got to pay to sleep because you got to have a house to sleep in. It just seems like everything is based off of finances and money, and that's what makes the world go around. But I found just actually going through the yoga for a good hood training that there's people that actually care. There's people that really want you to be great and may not even know you, may just meet you one day, hear your story, and just root for you to be great. And I want to see more of those people. So I decided myself that, oh my God, people actually care even though they don't know me. They want to help me out even though they don't know anything about me or my circumstance. And people actually love people that they don't even know. And I just feel like I want to be one of those people, and that's who I've been striving to be, to just show up, be kind. It takes nothing to smile at somebody at the grocery store. We're just walking around doing our own things, grocery shopping, checking off your list or not, just buying stuff like I do. But will it hurt you to just peek over and be like, hi, how's your day? Your hair is really beautiful. You're rocking those shoes. Takes a split second to say that, and that could just change somebody's day. Just those kind words can change how somebody felt about a bad day that they have been experiencing all day. And I think that those moments matter. And I think that we need to do it more. We need to be kinder to people and be more of service to others versus always trying to show up and be of service to ourselves. In 5 years, I see myself thriving with PYL, so Peaceful Youth Leaders. I see it thriving and growing into something bigger in Rochester, maybe outside of Rochester. I see myself being of service still to all the people in my community. I see myself still being at Yoga for a Good Hood, True Yoga. I see myself taking trips and getting out my own comfort zone, which I'm learning to do. I've never been out the country, it's never been a thought that I would ever be able to go anywhere or do anything other than the spaces that I live. And now I'm learning that I can do these things. So not just in Rochester, across the world, I've been noticing that people are offering diversity scholarships. People are offering access so people can do and experience life out of their bubble. And I feel like I'm finally getting to go out of the country, go to Costa Rica to a yoga retreat. And I'm looking forward to doing more things like that, traveling, doing yoga retreats, or teaching in exotic places and offering scholarships and access for people to come. So, because it's all about self-care, showing up and being kind to each other. So that's kind of where I see myself.